Yo guys, what is going on? Welcome back to another video, and today we are here with quite a fun video to make. This one took a lot of time to product. This one took quite a lot of time to produce. It's a fun presentation. We're going to talk about it. We're going to go in detail with everything. There's a lot to talk about. A lot of moves that have been made. Let's kick this off. Well, we know that Miami has really altered their roster to the first week of this free agency wave. They brought aboard a dozen of players from other good teams so far in this offseason. And while we can't expect other moves to be made before the 2025 NFL Draft comes April 24th, it's a good time nonetheless to assess what the Dolphins have done at each position: quarterback, running back, wide receiver, tight end, offensive line, where they currently stand, and still potential moves that could or should be made before the season kicks off in August/September. So we're gonna start off with quite a heavy one that has been talked about: the quarterback room. So the team has been non-stop, like backup quarterback. It's been a problem ever since McDaniel got here. Teddy Bridgewater, horrible. Tyler Huntley was better, but he wasn't good. And he had Skylar Thompson, and he had Mike White. Has not worked out. But they added Zach Wilson, who is only 25 years old. Potential to turn his career around like Sam Darnold and Geno Smith did if Tua does go down, God forbid. But the current projected depth chart is Tua and Zach at this time. I do think they're going to take a QB3 in this upcoming draft. So Wilson does offer way more upside than the Dolphins have had at this position in a long time. But obviously doesn't come without risk given what happened during his time with the New York Jets. Then again, it's the fucking Jets. I don't know what to tell you. The Dolphins are going to have at least one quarterback in training camp, and the question is whether that player will be a veteran okay with a QB3 role at this point of his career. A rookie signed free agent, perhaps a draft pick. Don't be shocked if that player winds up being Huntley at the QB3. I really hope not. But if Huntley does come in as a QB3, I wouldn't be surprised given if they do not take a QB3 in this draft. Hopefully they do. I really would like to see them get a QB3 in this draft. Kyle McCord. You could go and get Jalen Milroe. Maybe Brady Cook. But preferably McCord or Milroe to be that QB3 would be nice. Hopefully not Huntley, but if we have to, we got to take it. So, and now, alright, so looking at this running back room, we know that Raheem Mostert got released due to a cap space saving move. He went on to the Raiders. But then we stole Madison Alexander from the Raiders to be the replacement. So Jeff Wilson still remains that free agent, but currently the projected depth chart is Devon Achane, Jalen Wright, Alexander Madison, and they have fullback Alec Ingold. But they still need a running back 4 on this roster to be complete. And adding Madison almost represented a swap with Wilson because of their similar styles, though the former Raider/Viking is not going to be much help if he's set aside the way Wilson was last season. And we know what Wilson was capable of doing. But, Madison could be capable of doing a lot of good things too if he's not set aside. And the departure of Mostert really wasn't expected after his down 2024 season. But the cap space the Dolphins were able to clear by releasing him sure made a difference and was worth it, considering also his age right now and his down year. While the Dolphins figure out to add a running back 4 to the mix, hopefully it's in the draft. I would like to see them make another draft move again, get a running back 4 in the 7th, 6th round, maybe 5th. You can get Trevor Etienne maybe. That'll be nice to see. The honest here appears to be Wright to step up big time in his second NFL season. I think Wright is going to move up to that running back 2 slot. Madison will be that third down back at running back 3. And whoever we get in the draft or free agency will be that 4 slot. We use every now and then. So, overall, the running back room I am the least concerned about. As well as the wide receiver room. And, you look at this receiver room. Last season had definitely had a down year. Tyreek had a down year. Waddle had a down year. You guys know the story. This team really took a step up. They added Nick Westbrook-Ikhine from Tennessee, lost Braxton Berrios, and Creek Craft. But then again, Westbrook is a significant upgrade from those two, let alone. They brought back D. Eskridge. They do have Grant DeBose and Anthony Schwartz remaining as free agents, but I do not see them coming back. You look at the current projected depth chart, you see Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, Nick Westbrook, Malik Washington, Eric Etzakama, D. Eskridge, Tajay Washington, Tariq Black. And as I mentioned in my Nick Westbrook signing video, he's definitely top 2 in the best signings the Fins have made this offseason, and I will say it for another time. This guy right here, he brings blocking ability, size, and red zone potential to a group that needed all of those things. This team had literally less than 10 touchdowns as a receiving room in 2024. That is awful, considering what they did the first 2 years of McDaniel's tenure. Malik showed enough promise as wide receiver last season. I think he could be a factor from the start of the season. There should be more additions coming, but the Fins would be fine going into the season with their top current 4. And no, they are not trading Hill. So now we got the tight end room where Jonnu Smith had an incredible season, made his first NFL Pro Bowl, and they added Pharrell Brown from Seattle. And even though they lost Durham Smythe and Jack Stoll, their current projected depth chart is Jonnu Smith, Pharrell Brown, Julian Hill, Tanner Conner, Hayden Rucci. I think Jonnu, Brown, and Hill make this roster. So let's briefly sum this up. So, while the Dolphins lost in terms of quantity in this position, the addition of Brown not only it will offset what Smythe and Stoll provided because of his superior blocking ability. Something else this team has not had in a very, very long time. If nothing else, he should be in short yardage situations, which we all knew has been a major issue for this team. So he is a huge addition for this team. And he actually ended up being a bigger addition than people thought. A lot of people thought this guy was just going to be like, whatever, just there. No, he is actually a bigger difference maker than people think. That's why I think Brown is going to be the tight end 2 right behind Jonnu. And he'll be a big difference maker along the way, especially in the short yard issues, which we have had for quite a long time now. So, and now, the biggest story of the offseason, the offensive linemen. So let's talk about the O-line. This team made a huge splash. They had to guard James Daniels from Pittsburgh, which was unbelievable. They needed a guard really bad. They got a stud from Pittsburgh. And they added a depth move, Larry Borom from Chicago. I mean, I know some people feel mixed about him, but he's an upgrade from Liam Eichenberg, in my opinion, who unfortunately was re-signed. As for off-season departures, Robert Jones went to Dallas, and Kendall Lamb just went to Philadelphia. Isaiah Wynn remains as a free agent. Chris Greer vowed the right after the end of the 24 season that the team would address the offensive linemen, and they have done so far. I will give them that. Signing Daniels was a great start. But yes, more work needs to be done, and based on their contracts and 2024 outcomes, signing of Borom and re-signing of Eichenberg look like death moves, especially Borom because he's new. And which is something that was clearly needed, but I think it would have been better if you leave Eichenberg to walk into the sunset. Borom is an upgrade, a minor upgrade from Eichenberg, but he's an upgrade. And I expect him to beat out Liam for a roster spot during preseason. The Fins still need an upgrade at one guard spot on the other side of Daniels. They also have a decision to make at left tackle, which, by the way, Armstead is likely to return to Miami, but once he indicates this, that he will be back next season, then nonetheless, either way, whether he comes back, which is very likely, more moves will be made at this offensive line. Armstead, Daniels, it's looking like a much better offensive line already, but there's still work to be done. Aaron Brewer is solid, but there's still work that needs to be done. So let's see how they handle the offensive line situation in the offseason. They're definitely going to draft a guard in the draft. They're definitely going to pick up a guard in like the 4th round, maybe 3rd. I'm going to be doing a mock draft soon, guys, probably next week. Stay tuned for that. So it's going to be really interesting. So that being said, thank you guys for watching this fun video. This was a really fun video to make. So that being said, thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.